Hey everybody, it's Julie. Welcome to Hello Monday. Lately, I have been on a coffee card making kick with the old frap stamp set, and so the inspiration for this came from my Starbucks app on my phone. I was looking at my rewards and wondering when I was going to earn that next free coffee. And as I was looking at it, if you know the app, every time you purchase a coffee, at Starbucks, you get this little star that drops into your to-go cup, and it's the cutest thing on the app. And I was thinking, man, that would make a really cute shaker card, and that's where the inspiration for this came. So I'll quit chattering and get on with it. Actually ended up with a twofer on this one. I'm going to be working with the O-Frap stamps and the matching die set, and the first thing I need to do is make a shaker pocket. So I took a piece of leftover page protector that was already folded along the bottom edge there, and I'm going to use the to-go cup die as a guide for sealing up the sides. And I didn't need to be super tight because I wanted to have enough room for those sequins to move around in there, but I did want to keep that shape so that the stars would be confined to that particular shape and not drift outside the window on my shaker card. So I'm just using the fuse tool. We have video tutorials on how to use the fuse to create shaker pockets. It's one of the best tools ever. I love using that thing, and I'll include links to some of our tutorials. And now I'm going to stuff it with some gold sequins in the shape of stars, just like the Starbucks app. You don't want to put so many that you can't get good shaker action, but then you don't want so few in there that it looks like it's going to take you a million years to earn that free rewards coffee, right? So now I'm going to seal up the top with the fuse again, and I'm just working on a piece of cardstock so that I don't melt my cutting pad. And then I grabbed this pattern paper pad. This is a 6x6 by Pink Paisley, and I just love the different designs in this. And I thought this particular pattern paper would help me make a very quick front for my card. So I'm just planning the design out. My to-go cup is going to go in kind of that area. And I'm also going to be using these dies by Avery Elle. This is the pierced square set of dies, and I just chose one of the larger ones to create the framework here for the front panel that's going to go on my card. Now I'm just kind of planning things out. That's why I'm moving that to-go cup around. And then I know where I'm going to cut that pierced square out on my Big Shot. Now in hindsight, I wish I had thought to mount this to a piece of cardstock to give it more strength, but I didn't think about that until after, so I just die cut another square from some Neenah 80-pound white cardstock, and then I'm just going to cover it with some tape runner there, nice and firmly. I want to make sure I don't have any gaps because when I die cut through it, I don't want things to inadvertently fall apart or gap. So now I'm going to mount the two together, and I have a nice thick panel that will go on the front for my shaker card. I'm going to position the to-go cup die now where I want it and use a little bit of washi tape there to hold it in place. And I did neutralize that washi tape against my arm first so that later on when I'm removing it, I don't mar the surface of my paper here. So now I've got an extra cup, and that will become part of another project, as you'll see at the end of the video. And I'm going to stamp a greeting here. I grabbed You Got This, and I'm going to ink it up with archival jet black. I wanted to have a bleed-proof black ink up here because I'm going to do some gold metallic watercoloring with a Peerless Gold Metallic watercolor paint. And for some reason, I neglected to turn the camera on at that point, but I must have shut it off to go grab the paint and then forgot to turn it back on. So now at this point, I stamped while everything was flat, and now I can mount my shaker packet to the back of the window, and you won't see where the adhesive is. It all looks nice and finished on the front side. And then to make sure I've got plenty of clearance for those stars to move around, I decided to add some bits of foam tape around the perimeter there just to make sure I've got a nice gap and those stars can really shake around in there. I'm going to mount this to a base card that I made from some Card Shop Licorice cardstock. This is just a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square card, and it frames everything nicely, and then you can see right through it and see the back, which is helping create the contrast for you to see this shaker card material move around in there. So I glued on a few more sequins, and you can see there that I painted on my gold metallic watercolor right over the top of the greeting there. And as I shake it around, I've got some good action there. It just reminds me of that Starbucks app. So cute and fun. And then I ended up with the other die cut shape, and I thought, well, I might as well use it and make another card. So I took that shape, trimmed out a piece of this Stick It sheet adhesive that I wanted to put over the top there and just give this little die cut shape a little bit more personality. I'm going to foil it. So I just kind of taped it all down to a piece of typing paper there real quickly. And then I'm going to reposition that to-go cup die right over the top of the stick-it adhesive on the typing paper. And I just cut everything out at once. And there you can see now that the tape has been cut to exactly the dimensions of the to-go cup because I did it that way. So now I can peel off the liner paper there. I'm just using my tweezers to get under the liner paper. And I can take a piece of that. I have lots of scraps of the deco foil left over, and I'm just going to burnish that on to that adhesive with the pad of my thumb. I find I get much better results than if I try to use a bone folder. I just get a much shinier foiled appearance. So I'm just going around any edges I might have missed, and it's kind of a rustic effect because it didn't get down, the adhesive didn't get completely down into the curved edges there of the die, but I don't care. I think it looks really cool and artsy. And there you go. I used a sentiment from a set by Pink Fresh Studio that said positive vibes only, and I thought it finished off the card so cute because, you know, when you drink coffee, you get the jitters, positive vibes. You get it? Yes, I know. It's hard to follow me, isn't it? All the supplies are available at ellenhutson.com, and thanks for watching.